The story centers on a retired military commander, a man whose life is anchored in a lineage of ancient warriors and a deep sense of duty. His life's greatest disappointment is his eldest son, who rejected the family's military tradition, moved abroad, and became a man driven more by material gain than by honor. For years, there was a cold silence between them, until the son returned with a young boy named Reeve, a bond across generations. When the narrator meets his grandson, Reeve, he feels an immediate, spiritual connection. He sees in the boy the fire of their ancestors that his own son lacks. For several years, the narrator devotes himself to Reeve's upbringing. He doesn't just play with the boy, he mentors him, teaching him an ancient, dead language, and a code of resilience passed down through their bloodline. This secret language becomes a bond that no one else in the family understands, a bridge between the old warrior and his heir. The betrayal. The peace is shattered when the narrator's wife passes away. Her death brings out the worst in the eldest son. Fueled by greed and a sense of entitlement, the son demands that the narrator hand over the family's vast property and priceless historical heirlooms immediately. When the narrator refuses, insisting that these things must be earned through character, not just birthright, the son commits the ultimate betrayal. He uses Reeve as a bargaining chip. When the narrator stands his ground, the son cuts off all communication, packs up his family, and moves them to Libya, and later to another distant country, effectively kidnapping the grandson from the grandfather's life. The prophetic dreams. Heartbroken and alone, the narrator begins to experience vivid, terrifying dreams. These aren't just memories, they feel like premonitions. In these visions, he sees a grown-up Reeve caught in the middle of a brutal war. He watches the boy struggle, suffer through injuries, and eventually fall into a deep coma. The narrator becomes convinced that his grandson is destined for a life of hardship and that the lessons he taught the boy in secret are the only things that will keep him alive. He spends his final years writing everything down in a journal, documenting the family history and the secret language, hoping that it might one day serve as a lighthouse for the boy he lost. The final legacy. As his health fails, the narrator realizes he will never see Reeve again in this life. He entrusts his journal and a sacred family medal to Anushka, a young girl who had been Reeve's childhood companion. He tasks her with the mission of finding Reeve when they are adults, believing that their bond is the last hope for the family legacy. In his final moments, the narrator experiences a powerful vision. He sees Reeve as a soldier, standing in a field of battle, using the very words and strength his grandfather taught him to survive. In the vision, Reeve looks at him and says, "I remember, grandfather." The narrator passes away with a sense of peace, knowing that while his son failed the bloodline, his grandson survived because of the foundation he laid. The story concludes with the reveal that the narrator had secretly updated the family's ancient lineage scrolls to include Reeve, ensuring that no matter how far his son tried to run, Reeve would always belong to the warriors who came before him. Would you like me to focus on a specific part of the story, such as the conflict between the father and son or the details of the dreams?